Namaste students. So today we'll discuss the next phylum, that is phylum Annelida. So this phylum Annelida, where the name Annelida, it is derived from the Latin word annulus. Annulus refers to the rings, where one of the very important feature of phylum Annelida, where the members are having, there is a presence of segments. Their body is metamerically segmented. Body is metamerically segmented. So this is nothing but the segments. One of the best example for this is the earthworm. Their body is having the segments. Okay. So that is Annelida. Next, the members of this are marine or freshwater. Okay. They are marine or freshwater, or they are terrestrial, and some of the members are parasitic. Okay, few members are parasitic, mainly ectoparasitic, and few are terrestrial, few are marine, and some are freshwater. Okay, so next they have organ system level of organization. The level of organization is organ system level, consisting of a bilateral symmetry. Their body is divided into two identical halves in only one axis, that is bilateral symmetry. They have three germinal layers, that refers to the triploblastic, and there is a presence of body cavity in their germinal layer. So that is in between ectoderm and endoderm, in the mesoderm layer, or between the body wall as well as gut, and that is refers to the coelom, and these organisms are coelomates and metamerically segmented, and the process is also known as a metamerism. Okay, metamerism, their body is consisting of metamerically segmented. Each segment is known as metamer. Okay, every segment is known as metamer. Okay, and their body is consisting of longitudinal and circular muscle. They mainly have forward backward movement. Okay, their locomotion is a forward backward, so there is a presence of longitudinal and circular muscles that will help in the locomotion. In case of earthworm, there is a presence of a special S-shaped structure known as a setae. Earthworm is consisting of special S-shaped structure in their metameres or in their segments, and that is known to be the setae. This setae and these longitudinal and circular muscles will help in the process of locomotion. So, in case of these Annelida members, we have main three examples. One is a Hirudinaria. Hirudinaria refers to the leech, and Ferretima. Ferretima is earthworm as well as the Nereis. Nereis is the one of the aquatic Annelida. Nereis is aquatic Annelida. So, Nereis is mainly consisting of lateral appendages. So, these are nothing but lateral appendages known as a parapodia. Lateral appendages known as parapodia, which will help in the swimming, because Nereis is the aquatic Annelida, so parapodia will help in swimming process. Okay, so other than that, earthworm or the Hirudinaria, earthworm is having special structure setae, and they also have longitudinal and circular muscles, and that will help in the process of locomotion. Okay, so next, they have closed circulatory system. Their circulatory system is closed. So now it is also a basis of classification. So type of circulatory system, type of digestive system. Okay, so that is also a basis of classification. So here there are mainly two types of circulatory system, that is open circulatory system as well as the closed circulatory system. Members of arthropoda, they mainly show open circulatory system. So what do you mean by open circulatory system? They mainly lack blood vessels. There are no arteries, veins or the capillaries. Okay, so here what happens? all the organs as well as the body tissues and cells, they will directly get bath in the blood. So that is the open circulatory system. Whereas in the case of closed circulatory system, in case of closed circulatory system, what happens? There is a presence of arteries or veins through which blood will be supplied to the different body tissues. Okay, so that is closed circulatory system. It is also a basis of classification. There are two types of circulatory system, that is open and the closed circulatory system. As I told, there is one more basis of classification, that is nothing but the type of digestive system. So in the type of digestive system, we have complete digestive system as well as the incomplete digestive system. Complete digestive system and incomplete digestive system. Complete digestive system refers to there is the presence of two opening. One is meant for the consumption of food, intake of food, and one more is meant for the removal of nitrogenous waste. Okay, two openings, one for the intake of food, another for the removal of waste. So there are two openings. If two openings are present, then it is a complete digestive system. If any organism consisting of only one opening, then that is known to be the incomplete digestive system. So where what happens, both intake of food as well as the removal of waste takes place through the single opening, that is incomplete digestive system, right? So here there is a structure known as a nephridia that is mainly meant for the process of excretion. Okay, nephridia is meant for the process of excretion. Excretion takes place through the nephridia. And nervous system. In case of nervous system, there is a presence of paired ganglia. Okay, paired ganglia. Ganglia is nothing but a group of neurons. There is a paired ganglia, and that ganglia is connected by the lateral nerves to the double ventral nerve cord. So we are having single nerve cord, but most of the these particular non-chordates, if the nervous system is developed, then they will have double ventral nerve cord. In case of we the human beings, we have dorsal single nerve cord. So here they have double ventral nerve cord. So here nervous system is consisting of paired ganglia, which is connected by the lateral nerves to where directly to the double ventral nerve cord. So that is regarding to the nervous system. Next, regarding to this, whereas the nereis is dioecious. Dioecious refers to the sexes are separate. Dioecious means sexes are separate. Sexes are separate is the dioecious, where there is a presence of both male and female nereis. In case of leech and earthworm, they are monoecious. Monoecious refers to sexes are not separate. It is also termed as hermaphrodites. Okay, monoecious or hermaphrodites, or sexes are not separate. Both the reproductive structures are found in one organism. Both the reproductive structures are found in one organism. Then it is known to be the monoecious. Earthworm as well as leech, both are monoecious organisms. Now, reproduction mainly takes place by sexual mode. Okay, they have sexual mode of reproduction. Fertilization is internal. Okay, fertilization is mainly internal. And there are three main examples. Hirudinaria is nothing but leech. It is a blood sucking type organism. It is a blood sucking organism. Pheretima is nothing but earthworm, and the nereis is the aquatic annelida. Okay, so this is regarding to the phylum Annelida. So here in case of phylum Annelida, they are marine or freshwater or terrestrial or parasitic. Example for parasitic is leech, and example for the aquatic organism is Hirudinaria. Aquatic organism is nereis. Nereis is the aquatic organism. Organ system level of organization, bilateral symmetry, triploblastic, and they are coelomates. Their body is consisting of segments. They are metamerically segmented. Each segment is known as metamere and the process is known as metamerism. They have longitudinal and circular muscles which will help in the locomotion. In case of earthworm, there is also S-shaped structure known as setae that will help in the locomotion. In case of Nereis, they have lateral appendages known as parapodia that will help in the swimming. Okay. They have closed circulatory system where nephridia is meant for the process of excretion. Nervous system consisting of paired ganglia which are connected by the lateral nerves to where double ventral nerve cord. Whereas Nereis is dioecious, refers to sexes are separate. Leech and earthworm are monoecious where the sexes are not separate or they are also termed as hermaphrodites. Okay, so next reproduction is the sexual mode of reproduction. Fertilization is normally internal fertilization. Okay, so this is regarding to the phylum Annelida. Okay, so the next phylum is a phylum Arthropoda which mainly includes the insects. It is considered to be the one of the largest phylum where 2/3 of the all named animals will be included under phylum Arthropoda. So it is named to be the one of the largest phylum. So the name Arthropoda refers to the presence of jointed appendages. Poda refers to the appendages, arthro which is a jointed appendages. Okay. So members are having organ system level of organization. They have bilateral symmetry, triploblastic and they are coelomate organisms. Okay, they have organ system level of organization, bilateral symmetry, triploblastic and they are coelomates and they are exoskeleton. So there is a two type of skeleton. External it is known as exoskeleton. Internal skeleton is known as a endoskeleton. So what we have bone, it is a endoskeleton. If it is found outer surface of the body, then it is known to be the exoskeleton. Their exoskeleton is made up of a structure known as a chitin. Chitin is a polysaccharide. So they have a chitinous exoskeleton and the body is divided into head, thorax and abdomen. Body divided into head, thorax as well as the abdomen. So different groups of organisms will be consisting of different respiratory organs. They have gills. Few members are having gills. Few members are having book gills. Book gills refers to it is a series arranged structure, or they have book lungs or tracheal system. Different members will have different respiratory organs, either gills, book lungs or the tracheal system. They have open circulatory system and there is a presence of sensory organs such as antenna as well as the eyes. Eyes are compound eyes or the simple eyes. Few members are having compound and few are simple eyes. Okay. Sensory organs mainly include antenna or eyes. There is a special structure known as a statocyst. Statocyst is considered to be the balancing organ. It is a balancing organ. Special structure known as a statocyst and that is a balancing organ. Next, excretion takes place through this structure known as a Malpighian tubule. Malpighian tubules are meant for the excretion. Organisms are dioecious, sexes are separate. Fertilization is internal. Oviparous, egg-laying, oviparous organism. Development will be either direct or indirect. They have either direct or indirect mode of development. Okay. Main examples include, these are economically important organisms such as Apis. Apis is a honeybee which is meant for the extraction of honey as well as the wax. Bombyx is a silkworm. Laccifer is known to be the lac insect. Okay, Apis, honeybee, bombyx, silkworm, laccifer is a lac insect. So now there are few vectors which will be spreading the diseases. Vectors include Anopheles, which is a malarial vector, Culex as well as the Aedes. These are mosquitoes. Anopheles, Culex and Aedes are mosquitoes. They mainly act as a vectors. Okay. Then there is a gregarious pest. Okay, it is a pest known as a locusta. Locusta is the gregarious pest. And there is a presence of a king crab. It is known as a living fossil. King crab is a living fossil. The scientific name is Limulus. Limulus is a king crab or living fossil. So this is regarding to the phylum Arthropoda. Arthropoda refers to the joint appendages where they are one of the largest phylum consisting of insects, where the 2/3 of all the named species are included under Arthropoda. They have organ system level of organization, bilateral symmetry, triploblastic as well as coelomates. They have a chitinous exoskeleton. Exoskeleton is mainly made up of chitin. Body is divided into head, thorax as well as abdomen. Respiration takes place through gills, book lungs as well as the tracheal system. Okay. They have open circulatory system. There is an absence of arteries, veins and capillaries where the organs or tissues will directly take bath in blood. Okay. Sensory organs include antenna as well as eyes. They have a special structure known as a statocyst, which is named as a balancing organ. Excretion takes place through the Malpighian tubules. Sexes are separate. Fertilization is internal. Oviparous, they have direct or indirect development. Apis is a honeybee. Bombyx is a silkworm. Lacifer is a lac insect. And the vector mosquitoes include Anopheles, Culex and Aedes. Locusta, it is named as a gregarious pest. It is one of the pests, and the living fossil is Limulus, king crab. So this is about Arthropoda. See here, it is having different types of organisms. Arthropoda also consisting of various kinds of organisms. See, few are aquatic organisms, few are completely terrestrial organisms, right? So there are various kind of insects. Even the different kind of insects, they are also included in this. One of the best example for this phylum, okay, best example for this phylum is nothing but cockroach. So here you can see in the cockroach there is a distinct differentiation of their body into head, thorax as well as the abdomen. So in the cockroach you can see in the wings as well as the body there is a plate-like structure. That is mainly because their exoskeleton is made up of chitinous exoskeleton. Now cockroach is not having any differentiated larval stage. If you see a small cockroach, it looks like a cockroach, shape everything is the same. But the difference is that those small cockroach, it is known as a nymph. Okay, they are named as a nymph. So, nymph are undergoing a process of molting. Molting is shedding their exoskeleton. They will undergo molting. So, where in case of cockroach, there will be around 13 times molting. They will undergo around 13 times molting, and that will result in a formation of an adult cockroach. So here difference is mainly in their wings compared to adult cockroach and the nymphal stages. Adult cockroach and nymphal stages where the major difference which is mainly seen in their wings. Okay, wing is very much differentiated in case of adults as well as the nymphal stages. So that is regarding to the cockroach. And next is about the vectors. So various disorders which will be spreaded by these vector mosquitoes. Okay, different disorders which will be spreaded by these vector mosquitoes. So that is Anopheles, Culex as well as the Aedes. And regarding to the gregarious pest Locusta, in North Indian regions, especially these seasons, various crops which are mainly affected by this locusta. Punjab and different states where the crops are mainly affected by this particular locusta. Okay, it is known to be the gregarious pest. And the living fossil where the king crab. Okay, so that is nothing but Limulus. That is known to be the Limulus. Okay, so this is regarding to the phylum Arthropoda.